Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. It is Saturday, October the 15th, 2022. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach, and I am joined by the one and only Mr. Josh Crash Davis. How are you, Crash, on this
Good morning, Coach.
Saturday?
I'm doing well. We were able to pull into the cash there at the end last night on our Two Brains lineup, thanks to Mr. Trent Grisham.
Yes.
He late home run, so that was nice. And looking forward to today. I think we've got 4 games, so I think we can have a little bit more of an edge. That's something that's been a little hard to find in this kind of a format, but yeah, I think we'll have a good day today. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be. It's awesome to have 4 full games and have good weather that we shouldn't have any issues weather-wise.
Right.
So we're going to get, it gives us a good breakdown of looking at 8 different teams. We're going to go through our pay-ups, discuss a little bit of the statistics as far as ownership, pitching stacks, and certainly we'll have some boom fantasy picks, and we'll throw another 2 brains are better than one Fanduel GPP, like you said, the one that cashed yesterday. We try to throw those in there on Friday and Saturday. So to set the stage also for the rest of the day, we've got all kinds of action here at Coach Talk. We're going to provide for the 4 games throughout the day for MLB all 4, the all-day slate. And then tonight we're providing for the 2-gamer this evening. So that's a whole nother set there for those just playing maybe in the evening. Yeah. And then we have MMA in the middle of the day. So that's going to be something that's fun for everybody to jump in and check out. And then, of course, tonight at 8 is our massive football breakdown for tomorrow's slate. So you and Steven will be joining me for that. So it is going to be a very busy Coach Talk day here for sure. Definitely. And I am looking forward to it. And then tomorrow I'll be solo for baseball. We'll have all of our football stuff already posted. And then we will be giving away tickets today on this podcast and then tonight. Also, I'm going to, for Monday, I'll have an NBA preview podcast out that I'm going to run through just to give everybody a DFS look at what to expect as far as teams with movement and expected player rotations. I've been diving into that like a maniac. Found a new site too I'll have to share later.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing, Crash. It allows you to move players around, look at all the different statistical analysis. Awesome. It's like it's the next level. I've never seen anything like it. So I'm really pumped about that. So the main thing is we want to crush baseball today, get ourselves and MMA, and then get ourselves in position tomorrow to just obliterate football and hopefully follow up with another really good NASCAR tomorrow. NASCAR performance last week was on spot, so that or spot on, either way you want to look at it. And so we got everything going, man. This is fun times. I want to say hello to Nathan Feudy, our defending champion of being in the chat early. You're the man. King of Smack, good morning. Earl Tyson, boy from Cali. How are you, my friend? And Joe K. And I think that's it. Small group in here today, Crash. I don't know if everybody's still sleeping.
Yeah,
but, what the deal
Saturday
is.
morning, Coach. I think people might be sleeping in or forced to sleep in because of some activities last night. You never know.
It could be.
Yeah.
But definitely looking to I'm sure a lot of people will jump on as time's going, so we'll go through everything, make sure we do a little review at the end, and then it posts. Yesterday, did you have it post right away, Crash? Did you check? Because I couldn't find the podcast up on YouTube.
Yeah, I posted it. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was posted. Yeah,
it was posted up there.
Yeah,
just if for some reason it didn't show for me right away. So sometimes you may have to search DFS Coach Talk for YouTube. It'll already be up on Twitter, so you can check it out there as well.
And on your website. Were you looking on the phone app or on your laptop?
On my laptop.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes on the laptop, for whatever reason, it doesn't show You have to switch it over to live. There's like a live
Okay.
category.
Okay.
But on mobile, it was showing right away. So
Great. And then for those that, if you're out and about and you don't have a chance, you just want to listen on whatever, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you can always catch us there. That goes up also about 10, 15 minutes after the live podcast is over. So pretty much any of the outlets are available for you. We would love to have you join us. If you want to, check us out just through the weekend, you can do as little as a 3-day pass for $10 or the Lucas special. Everything starts Tuesday. We're a matter of days away. And that's a great deal. You can see that scrolling across the bottom here, or you can just check it out, dfscoachtalk.com, and all of the options are there to have you join us. If you're watching on YouTube right now, please take a chance. Hit that thumbs up right here at the beginning so we don't forget. Subscribe if you haven't already. I think most of these main folks in here are all subscribers. And I think they also, because they're in early, have that little alert button, because that will have you miss a podcast or two if you don't have that alert button clicked in the upper corner. That lets you know whenever we go live for podcasts. Now with all of the football and baseball and basketball, there's going to be a lot of live podcasts, and you don't want to miss them because we're going to have giveaways, lots of giveaways this year. Once basketball starts, we're going to go into some coach gear giveaway. Everybody loves the swag here. If you want to look into the swag now before the giveaways, it's squadlocker.com. Squad Locker, all one word, SQUADLOCKER, the best, all Nike, Under Armour, all the good stuff. So, and we don't make any money off of that. We pass any savings that we were able to work out with them onto our members. We want to get the swag out there. And like I say, we'll be giving some hats and sweats and stuff like that out coming up here. We'll have some contests for that as well. All right. We got a bunch to do here, Crash. I think we got enough time to get some of the group in here. Octavius Bailey, good morning to you. And let's dive in. So we have, let's look at real quickly the game set for game one. We've got 2:07 is the start time. It's the Atlanta Braves at the Philadelphia Phillies. We already have a Phillies lineup, so that's cool. It's perfect day for baseball in Philly, 71 degrees, wind blowing out to center at 12 miles an hour. Total is 9, which is the highest total that I've seen in the playoffs thus far. So that tells you a little bit something about the expectations here. It's 4.66 implied for Atlanta, 4.34 for the Phillies. Charlie Morton, the Uncle Charlie, the old vet, 7.7K against Noah Syndergaard. What's remaining of Thor is there, and he's only 5.8K. So very interesting. The Philly lineup crash that's already set and confirmed: Schwarber, Hoskins, Realmuto, Harper, Castellanos, Bohm, Stott, Segura, and Marsh. So no changes there. I would like to have Marsh trim up a little bit. That look, man, is just amazing. He looks like somebody just pulled him off the street.
It does.
All right, that's what game one is looking like. Give us some take on this one. I know you're pumped up for this slate. I'm telling you right now, Crash is fired up for this slate. So take note of what he's saying today. I'm going to be playing his lineups as well.
As I mentioned yesterday when we talked about the possibility of Charlie Morton coming out of the bullpen, I like Bryce Harper against Charlie Morton. He's got really good numbers against him. I know Bryce Harper had a nice game yesterday, but I think he can have another nice game today. I like your guy, Rhys Hoskins. That was a nice call yesterday. I know the numbers weren't really there against Strider.
I was taking heat, man. He was 1 for his last 18.
Yeah.
So that was a savior pick.
He spiked that to who knows where. That was awesome.
He almost hit a second one too.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. And so, I like Gene Segura is my BVP play. He has 62 at bats against Charlie Morton, 17 hits, 14 singles, a double, and 2 home runs. So if you're
Jeez.
looking for a nice value play, I think Gene Segura is probably my favorite value of the day. And then on the Atlanta side, I like the top 2. I like going back to Acuna. I know he let us down yesterday, but that's DFS. You got to go back to guys. And I like Dansby Swanson. He's over 400 average against Syndergaard. So those will be my top 2 on Atlanta. So probably, 2 guys on each side here, and move on to the next one.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I was very proud of the Strider fade, and I didn't think Morton would come in. I thought they'd save him for today. Pretty much played out the way I thought, so that was good. And I'm glad because I think Morton's okay in this game. He's not going to be a target for me.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to have bats on both sides. I agree with Vegas's total here. And it's not going to be like I'm not going to have any major stacks today.
Right.
Again, in the playoffs, I have found 3 to be the most successful stack, 3-3-2s, maybe even 2-2, and then 3 one-offs. I know that's people don't in the industry are like, oh, you're crazy. You got to do it this way. But it just doesn't always fall that way unless you're playing. If you want to max enter and play 150 lineups and have percentages of every player on the slate, then that's a different conversation. But most people will play, maybe 20 lineups. No.
Yeah.
But 10, probably not.
Right.
Less than 5, that's where 98% of us lie. So, but even if you're playing 5 or 10 lineups or less than 5, like most people, you can do that. You can make some different builds. We have enough. We know that we're not going to have crazy substitutions or pinchings. I mean, this is it. We're down to it. So you can feel comfortable with the guys that you're using in the middle of lineups. They're going to play throughout and they're going to get it done. So
yeah,
I do want to go back to some of the key guys for Atlanta for sure. The question is salary and how I'm going to mix and match everything. I think with the pitchers that I'm going with, I'm getting enough value that I can get some of these guys in there. But I do also like Acuna and Swanson. Riley, though, I mean, what's the deal with Riley?
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a funk.
He just doesn't look right, and I want to play him.
Yeah.
But do you have his numbers against Syndergaard?
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Because that's the guy that I'm wavering on because he's so due, and I don't want to be on that side of like if I would have given up on Hoskins yesterday, but
right.
I just didn't really like the way he looked at the plate.
1 for 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pull that trigger at 5-1. I really don't.
Yeah, and like you were saying about the stack thing, I mean, other than the Phillies, which they scored 9 runs, you got a lot of like 2-1 type games, and when you have that kind of a game, if you stack 4 or 5 guys, you're dead in the water because you're not going to have all those other guys. Like you needed probably 4 or 5 one-offs yesterday to win it. You needed to have Stanton and Rosario and Grisham, Hoskins, Harper, so you needed to be kind of all over the place. And I
mean, the key factor, Crash, like you say right there, it's who you fade and then, the one-off plays. They're key in the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, we faded Gonsolin, we faded Strider. Those were the plays, in my opinion. And then you just fill in with everything else and hope it all pans together. I will let you know that I'm going to Ozuna today.
Oh, okay, nice.
So I almost got there yesterday, but I decided not to. But today I am. I think he's going to hit a home run.
Okay.
And my percentages with him have been good. I'm thinking, Acuna and Swanson I like up top. I sort of like Arnaud, Harris, Ozuna in the middle. I like some of those guys.
Okay.
As much as I like Vaughn Grissom, I think having a Sid and he's not quite there yet. And he's not that cheap. So I'll have Atlanta players and I'll definitely have a few Phillies. So this will be my most important game hitting wise on the slate. On the Philly side, you know who I really like today? And I'm going to play
Castellanos.
No, I'm going to play Bryce Harper.
Harper. Yeah.
6.1K. I'm going to go
expensive.
ahead and buy up for Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
He's going to
I
be
am
my
too.
most expensive play today.
Yeah, I am too.
Are you? Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And then I'll try to build some stuff around him a little bit. But again, I'm looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a good hitting game, good environment, and definitely not going to go with either pitcher on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the Ozuna call, Coach, because I was looking for a cheaper outfielder, and that fits perfect. So
yeah, I mean, I needed somebody to balance out Harper, and I do. It's just, I mean, Syndergaard does give up some gopher balls, so I think I think we'll see how that goes. Tony A says the wind's blowing out for the Yankees, so we'll check that out a little bit more too. Mr. Fuse in here with us, and Tony A. Great to have you guys join us. All right, let's go on to game 2, and then we'll start getting into some of the projections as well.
Coach, we just got their lineup. He's not in their lineup. That sucks.
Ozuna's not?
Mm-mm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Let me see here. I'm refreshing, and it's not on my board yet. Go ahead and tell us who it is.
It is Acuna, Swanson, Olson, d'Arnaud, Riley, Harris, Contreras, Arcia, and Rosario.
Okay. Contreras is not as cheap, but I do, Contreras in a good spot there. That makes me like d'Arnaud a little bit better too.
Yeah.
So I will be tweaking with that and definitely have some exposure there. All right. Game 2, 4:07. Houston Astros at the Seattle Mariners. Totals only 7. Split right down the middle, 3.5 for both sides here. Lance McCullers, 9.4K against George Kirby, 6.3K. What I want to do is click on another screen here real quick because I want to also share one other piece of information. So, yeah, again, the weather in that first game, I already mentioned it, right around 70 degrees with a little wind blowing out. This game, my question is, it's probably going to be closed, correct? The roof?
Dome? Yeah.
I have it listed as closed right now. So that's what I want to double check on to make sure. If somebody has other information than that, let me know. But I think the temperatures are a little too chilly there. So it should be in the dome, total of 7. And then McCullers Kirby. So key game here.
Is that the name of the park? T-Mobile Park?
Is that the name of it? I believe so.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find anything about their roof being closed today.
And I'm going to pull up the pitching ownership because I think that comes into discussion here right now. So as you're looking that up, I'm going to say here's the pitching ownership projections as we sit. And I was shocked by these, man. I'm interested to see if they change throughout the day.
I know.
I mean, I double checked them and I renewed, just re-entered them to make sure they were correct. Right now, the number 1 projected owned pitcher is Tristan McKenzie against the Yankees.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised about that. I'm more surprised about George Kirby.
Well, that's the other was I would not have picked McKenzie and Kirby to be 1-2 ownership here. 34 and 20 and 30, number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
On DraftKings. This is projected. Severino 29, Morton 28, McCullers 28, Musgrove 28, 16 for Anderson, and 8 for Syndergaard. So really, I mean, other than Anderson's lower and Syndergaard's at the bottom, but those other 5 guys are pretty tight. But McKenzie being 1 was, I was shocked it was McKenzie Kirby personally.
Yeah. I probably, if I was to rank the pitchers on this slate, I would either have Kirby last or second to last for me.
I know. I don't like him either. And people love him, and DFS players love him. On Fanduel, single pitcher site, Kirby projected number 1.
No.
So I knew we'd be on the same page here. So we're either going to be screwed or we're going to be celebrating because we're going to be contrarian and completely fading Kirby today, it looks like.
I mean, look at the numbers for Kirby. Now, the last time he pitched, he came out of the bullpen, which if he does that, everybody's screwed because, if he comes in for 3-4 innings and then they pull him or something, I mean, that's going to kill everyone. So, I mean, before that, though, Detroit, 15 Fanduel points, Texas, 37. That's respectable. And then Oakland, -5. So what in that last 3-4 games makes people think that he's a great start against the Houston Astros? I mean, it's just mind-blowing.
I don't understand it. I guess the only thing I can think of is he's only $8,000 on FanDuel. So people feel like they're getting a bargain. Seattle's a difficult park to hit in, and that crowd's going to be going ape shit. I mean, they haven't had a home playoff game in 20 years. So,
yeah,
I mean, he has those things on his side, but I mean, here's the amazing part too on FanDuel, 23.6 ownership projection with only a 13.5% chance of being the top pitcher, a -10, which we haven't seen double-digit minus in the playoffs yet, leverage-wise. So I don't know. I was stunned.
I wouldn't touch Kirby with a 10-foot pole. I mean, the thing is yeah, he's 8,000, but so was Spencer Strider. He was 6,500 yesterday, and look what happened to him.
Well, I gave you all the warnings on him.
Yeah, look at Tony Johnson. I mean, those two were both way underpriced.
They're hurt.
Smashed.
Yeah. So that, I mean, if Kirby pitches well, they're going to let him go deep. So I think it's a little bit different than yesterday's comparison. I just don't think he's that good. And I think Houston's loaded.
Yeah.
Houston, I don't know. That's just me.
I mean,
people can play this back. He pitches great, and it is what it is. But you got to take a stand, and there's one of my stands. Here's the second thing that surprised me. Charlie Morton is second highest on FanDuel. He's only 8,300. I thought that was surprising.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like either one of them. I mean,
I don't like him that much today at all either. But the pricing I thought was skewed. Yeah, and I think that's what's got him as the second highest owned on FanDuel.
Yeah, these first 4 pitchers in these 2 games are my least favorite pitchers on the slate.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you have McKenzie at 17, Musgrove at 16, and then single digits. Severino only at 8. McCullers 7-7, Anderson 4-5, and Syndergaard 2. On Yahoo, it goes 35% McCullers, 35% McKenzie, 30% Musgrove, then 29 Kirby, 28 Severino, 23 Morton, 16 Anderson, 2% Syndergaard. Now, Yahoo makes more sense to me than DraftKings and FanDuel personally. But very interesting, man. And so I wanted to bring it up before we broke down this Seattle game because I had a feeling you'd be on the same page, and it just seems a little odd to me.
Yeah, I mean, I like the lefties from Houston. I like Alvarez. I like Tucker. I like Jeremy Pena. Houston's probably one of my favorite teams as far as bats. And then on Seattle, I like Haniger and France. So, I mean, this could be another game with 2 or 3 hitters as well. I don't know. Could be wrong about Kirby, but I just don't see it. I mean, I feel like every time he's been chalk, he's been actually absolutely smashed. So
we will find out. The other thing is too, Houston leads this series 2-0. So this could be the end of the line. So I don't know. McCullers is pitching pretty solid, man.
Right. And if Kirby struggles, with that being said, they're going to pull him. They're not going to.
They have to. Yeah. If he's not getting it done, this is single elimination for them.
I mean, I could see 3-4 runs in the first couple innings and he's out of there. I mean, that's very doable for Houston. They have that kind of power for sure. So,
well, if he's going to be top owned on DraftKings and FanDuel, then that's really going to help us. There's no doubt about it. I definitely like some of the Houston bats. Price is going to be difficult with a few of them though. Altuve and Alvarez especially. Tucker homered for us the other day. Bregman's hitting the ball well. I do like the Astros bats, no question about it. Not crazy about the Seattle bats. Not going to McCullers, though. I mean, I think he'll do fine. But, I think you can't go wrong if you want your catcher to be Cal Raleigh in the middle of that lineup at 3-7. And we know Suarez and Haniger and France, those guys can all hit.
Right.
Not planning on paying up 5-5, though, for Rodriguez.
The other thing about Houston, coach, is they don't strike out. I mean, they have the second lowest strikeout rate in baseball.
Right.
It doesn't – I don't know. I'm so
well, let's hope. I mean, those numbers could change by 207. They could switch because it's not like he's chalk. He's just slightly the number one owned as we see it.
Which still doesn't make sense. But
yeah. Hey, you know what? We'll find out if the general public is smarter than us, which, it wouldn't be the first time, probably won't be the last, but I just don't think it's this time.
I don't think so either.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, folks, let's move on to game 3. It's an evening game, 7:37, Yankees at the Guardians. And I'll tell you, it's going to be very bitey in Cleveland. It's cold and breezy in the Northeast. So in saying that, I know people are saying wind's blowing out. I think wind blowing out maybe 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Somebody in Discord said 12. I'm looking at a few different places, and I see it projected at 8 on one and 10 on another. So I don't think the wind gust is going to be much, but it's cold. And I think it's low around 50, and that makes it the ball not want to carry real well. And you have two guys that throw a hard baseball, and I think pitching dominates in this game personally.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, that's been the story with Cleveland. I mean, they've been winning all these games, 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. They've all been low scoring. So I would expect that again. McKenzie's my favorite pitcher on this slate. When you look at his price and what he's been doing lately, I just like him at home. I think it's going to be, like you said, another low-scoring game. The weather and everything else kind of dictates that. Jose Ramirez, we talked about him yesterday when he's on the left side of the plate. I like him more, and he's my home run call today. He's 5 of 16 with 3 home runs against Severino. And it's interesting. Did you know that Severino hasn't faced the Guardian or Cleveland? They weren't the Guardians then, but since 2018.
I know he didn't face him this year, and that's one of the things I was going to bring up, but I do love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he hasn't even seen this lineup, most of it. So,
no.
Yeah.
Well, that you use my exact knowledge there and thinking, but in an opposite direction. My favorite pitcher of the day is Luis Severino.
Okay.
For multiple reasons. One, they haven't seen him forever. Really, Ramirez is the only guy that saw him for worth anything. So these guys are going to see a juiced up, ready to go Luis Severino, who's rested, was pitching his neck off in that last game. He went like 6 shutout or no hit innings. I don't know what it was, but it was overwhelmingly successful. His ball was moving. I think he shuts these Cleveland Guardians. I almost did it.
Yeah.
I think he shuts them down. So he is really far and away my favorite pitcher today. I mean, he's going to be in every lineup I've got. I did say that exact wording for Verlander. So take it for what it's worth, because that was one of the worst stings of the year for me. But I really like Severino here. The weather, the lineup hasn't seen him. I think, with all the advanced scouting, he'll know how to pitch these guys. But until you stand in the box, it's a little bit different. And he's an overwhelming pitcher. His pitches move like crazy. And he throws a hard ball when the weather's cold. All that's going to do is help him. So all over him, no Cleveland bats at all for me. And not crazy about the Yankees bats at all, because like I said, McKenzie's going great. It was so close for him to be my second pitcher, but he just got edged out. I do like them enough that only probably a one-off for the Yankees for me.
Yeah.
And I do think people are going to have a lot more batters in this game because it's like the feature game. It's the main game that's on. It's, teams that the Yankees have all these fans. People are going to want to throw in a Judge or a Rizzo or all these other guys. So I just think that this is a good game to focus more on the pitching. And for me, I'll probably just go with like a Cabrera or a Donaldson, one or two guys, most for the Yankees, and full pass for me on Cleveland.
Yeah, I like Judge. I have a feeling about Judge today, but I'm probably not going to get to him because I have Harper and Acuna, so it's just not going to be possible. But
yeah, I'm torn. I was torn between Harper and Judge again, Crash. So yeah. But I think Harper's in a better spot, don't you think?
True. Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's take a look at stacks and what that's looking like at this moment, because that's interesting as well. So right now on DraftKings, 20% stack ownership on Atlanta, which we both agree with. Second is the Dodgers at 13.5, Philly at 13. So, at least we're more with the field on stacks than we are on pitching.
Right.
Houston 12.5. So that's pretty good considering Kirby's the number one owned pitcher. Again, something that's a little odd. Yankees 11, San Diego 11, Seattle 10, and Cleveland 8. So I guess people somewhat agree with me on Severino as far as him holding them down, but it doesn't show in the pitching ownership. It's very odd.
Yeah.
Pretty dominant ownership on Fanduel for the Braves, though. A lot of people going to be all in, 28%, which is high for the playoffs with 4 games going on.
Yeah.
Phillies 17, the Dodgers 12, Yankees 10, San Diego 9, Seattle 8, and Cleveland and Houston 7. So people just Kirby mania on FanDuel. Yahoo, a little bit different. Still Atlanta and Philly 1, 2, 25, and 22. But we have the Dodgers and Cleveland third and fourth at almost 12. And then, 14 and 10. And then we've got the single digit Yankees. That scares you when you hear single digit Yankees.
Yeah.
At 9, San Diego 9, Houston 8, and Seattle 7. So I think people are having a difficult time figuring out which way to go.
Yeah, I agree.
It is craziness. Let me check chat real quick. Anything else going on? We got a lot more folks in here. That's good. 8 game. Have we had 8 game in here? Or is that somebody new?
I don't remember. We have not. I don't remember him or her.
Great to have you in here, 8 game. What's going on, man? Welcome to the family. Join us every day. We'd love to have you. King of all trades. I don't know. Did he just come in? He's got the vibes going. I love that.
Yep.
And yeah, boy from Cali, he is due, but he looks a little bit out of sync. I don't know if just the emotion from coming off that homer binge there of trying to get to that record just mentally warm out.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, he can hit 2 home runs in a heartbeat. So you never know.
I mean, he's due and their season's on the line. So if there's somebody I would bet on Aaron Judge.
Well, plus they're not maybe going to be pitching around him as severely now that he's a little slumped, and that's probably exactly what he needs. So I don't know. I could do it at the last second. I could switch from Harper to Judge because I'm thinking
maybe we can put him in our 2-brain lineup. We'll see.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Watched videos for years. Wow, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Well, we love having you in chat, and being in chat and saying something gets you in our drawing for the 2 Millie Maker tickets too. So that's really cool. All right. So we talk stacks. Let's get into this last game, and then we'll review and get the rest of this stuff going. So the last game is 9:37. So a real full day of baseball. Dodgers at the Padres. There is a slight chance of rain at the beginning of this game, but I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's going to be fine. But it is cooler than normal, only 64, because there's going to be some marine layer a little bit. And man, that ball Soto hit yesterday, I was up out of my chair. I knew that ball was gone, and it died at the base. I couldn't believe it wasn't gone. That was a game shifter for me too. I go from just barely cashing to cha-ching city if that ball gets out.
Yeah.
But it just didn't carry. And I'm a little concerned that that's going to happen again tonight. It is only a 7.5 total, 64 degrees, maybe a mist. Again, more of just a marine layer kind of feel to it, I believe. 3.88 implied for the Dodgers, 3.62 for the Padres. Tyler Anderson, the lefty, 7.2K against Shiny Ears Musgrove. I'm telling you right now, if he trots out there and those ears are glowing, lock it in, baby.
It's
but
over.
if he's scared to juice those all up with whatever the hell he had on him, then we could be in big trouble. So I want whatever icy hot, or I heard it might have been icy hot or something.
Right.
But I hope he's got them just glowing like Mickey Mouse at Disney World. So that's my hope. They have a 3.62 and Musgrove's only 8.4K. Musgrove is my second pitcher. I mean, he had that look of a killer in that last game, man. And he was fired up. He's probably still pissed that he got accused of cheating, although I think he might have been. But I don't, he's got their number. He's got the intense look. He's a veteran. I know that a lot of people are expecting the Dodgers to hit. I'm going to go with my man, Joe. I mean, I know he's stung me in the past, but he came through for me in this last game with those shiny ears. So I'm going back to him, Crash.
Yeah, I like Joe Musgrove. In the last 5 starts, he's allowed 1 run combined. So, 4 of his last 5, he's had a shutout.
The ball is moving like crazy.
That ball is absolutely spinning at an unbelievable rate.
I mean, you can't see it.
Yeah, that's why they thought he was cheating. Yeah. And maybe he was a little bit, and I don't know. I don't know how they could have got it past, how he could have got it.
The dude rubbed everything on his ears. So if he didn't feel it was, cheating, usually it's a sticky substance. I think he was just like the sweaty, icy hot stuff. But the bottom line is he's in a huge groove right now. Yeah. There's no doubt.
I just feel the vibe in the city, I feel like it's San Diego's year. To get there, I don't know if they're going to win it all, but to get to the World Series, I think it's their year. And a lot of people thought that when they made that trade, for Soto and Bell. And I think it's coming to fruition, and I think it, starts to be fulfilled tonight. And Joe Musgrove is my other favorite pitcher. And a lot of the bats in this game, I'm not really on at all. So I like Ha-Sung Kim leading off, projected to lead off. Max Muncy has good numbers against Musgrove, but I don't really like any of the Dodgers, honestly. So,
well, my home run call is going to stun you. I'm going with Brandon Drury.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A shocker. I just think against the lefty, he's due. Yeah. He can hit. And I really like him today. And I like some of the other guys in the middle of that lineup that are cheaper. I'm probably not going to get to the big money Soto Machado.
Right.
But I like Drury, Cronenworth, Myers, Profar. I like some of those guys in the middle because they're cheaper. And so I will definitely have some Padres exposure and no Dodgers for me tonight. So that is going to be, it's going to be interesting. I really think it's going to be a great game and a key game. I mean, if the Dodgers win this game, then they could be on the road. So, I mean, I think it's the key game of the season for sure for these two teams by far, and it'll be all in for both sides. So it's going to be a fun one to see. And, Tyler Anderson, if he's not going great early, he's another guy that could have a shorter leash than normal. So something else to be worried about there.
If he's in the lineup, I like Will Myers too. I don't know. He's not projected to be in their lineup, but I like the righty versus lefty matchup here.
I think he will because he's hitting the ball well and it's righty lefty. So what do you have in their projected lineup? Because I have him in mine.
Kim, Soto, Machado, Bell, Drury, Cronenworth, Profar, Nola, and a Zokar, which is interesting. But
I have Kim Soto,
know.
Machado, Drury, Cronenworth, Myers, Profar, Grisham, and Nola.
Okay, I'm just going to say Myers is going to start. So
I think he's going to be in there, and I think I think the guy that sits probably is Bell. I don't know, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check those as we go. We'll be giving updates to these lineups and any changes, any other information that needs to be passed on. But it is a great card. And again, I don't think you have to try very hard to be contrarian.
No,
Or
definitely
even
not.
I don't think you have to try very hard to be chalky, because there's gonna be a lot of choices, a lot of ownership percentages that are close. I think it's really going to be interesting. Disclaimer, how you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, boy from Cali's guaranteeing a Dodgers win tonight, Crash.
I know, I saw that.
A little standoff there between the two of you, so I like it. All right, review. I'm going Severino, top pitcher, Musgrove, my value secondary pitcher, fading Kirby. My BVP call is either Bryce Harper or Aaron Judge. How's that for flip-flopping like a big baby? And my home run call is super contrarian, so I get a pass on the other part. Is
Right.
Drury is my home run call. I'm going to have little mini builds of Houston, San Diego, Atlanta, and Philly. Those are my 4 teams I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to stay away from the hitters mostly in that Yankees-Cleveland game.
Okay.
And how about you?
Yeah, I've got McKenzie, Musgrove, 1A, 1B. I mean, there's not really a clear number 1 for me, so 1A, 1B there. And then I have Gene Segura as my BVP play, Jose Ramirez is my home run call, and George Kirby is my fade.
Very interesting. I think Severino gives up 0 earned runs in his performance tonight. I'll go that far out on a limb. I think he pitches like 7 shutout innings. That's my call. It's gutsy. Yeah. All right. Boom fantasy. I have Kirby under 3.5 strikeouts, and I have Anderson over 4.5 hits allowed. So I went 2 pitchers.
I have Tristan McKenzie over 5.5 strikeouts and Joe Musgrove under 4.5 hits allowed.
I like it. But what if he comes out and the ears aren't shining? That's an immediate panic for me. I'm serious.
Maybe they'll bring the goose out on the field again.
He better bring that damn stuff on his ears. I'm just saying right then, because I'm going to be just crying. There's no turning back at that point. There's nobody to switch to. We're not going to know if the ears are shining until it gets going. So I'll be stressing. All right, let's do the 2 brains are better than 1. We cashed it yesterday. Yeah. We want a takedown, not just cash today.
Right.
We're not messing around here. All right, let me click on that. And it is your turn to pick first. So go for it, my friend.
All right, let's go with Joe Musgrove.
Okay. I'm just making my changes here. Joey Musgrove.
4th highest projected owned pitcher. So he's right in the middle.
Yeah,
right in the middle.
Reasonable. It's reasonable. I am going to go with, let's see here real quick. Instead of spending all our money right away, he's not cheap though. I'm going to go with second baseman Brandon Drury, but he's expensive, but that's okay. His ownership's going to be small.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with the guy I mentioned before, Will Myers, 2,300 outfield.
Now, after I talk you into him, he'll probably get benched.
My value plays.
If he does get benched, we will make the change on here. No worries. No worries. I'm going to go a little bit different direction here, I think. Man, he's only $100 cheaper. The pricing is a little bit quirky to me on FanDuel. It makes me want to second guess, but I'm going to go with Dansby Swanson
Okay.
at short.
I'm going to go to our utility and take Gene Segura in utility.
Yeah, I like that. I
Once
like
again,
that play.
giving us some value.
I do like that play. I'm taking Travis d'Arnaud.
Okay.
I like him in the cleanup spot in that matchup. So we still have some money to work with.
I'm taking Jose Ramirez at third base.
Oh, I was hoping you weren't going to do, but all right. He's one of my co-favorite players in the league. I just don't like him against Severino today, but that's okay. I'm willing to go with you on this one.
Well, if we take him out, then he's going to hit 2 home runs. So you know how that works.
Yeah, exactly. How about we go with Nick Castellanos?
Okay.
That leaves us $6,400. So we got plenty of money for these last 2 spots.
I only show one spot, Coach.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have Segura.
Yeah.
I forgot to put Segura. So how much does that leave you?
39.
Oh, so what does that do for us? Anything? Not really. I mean, you could go to Tucker.
Yeah.
Schwarber. Schwarber's been a little cold, but he's due. Acuna's $100 different.
Okay.
We could shave 100 off of. I mean, I'm not in love with Castellanos. Is there a guy $100 cheaper? Chris Taylor always finds a way to get a big hit in big games for the Dodgers, but I don't want to take him against Musgrove. So
right.
I don't want Oscar Gonzalez.
The guy who needs to shave, he's 2,100.
Oh my God, he sucks though.
Yeah.
If he shaved his beard, he could see the ball. I put that in Discord the other day. Nobody commented. They thought I was crazy.
That's a good point. Let's go with. Hang on. Oh, man.
I don't have to take Brandon Drury at that inflated price.
I hope this doesn't come back to bite me, but I'm going to go with Ha-Sung Kim at third base.
Oh, no. Now we're looking at a triple dong.
And then I'm going to go with Aaron Judge in the outfield.
Wow.
It's a BVP, GPP.
So that leaves us $700. Why don't we buy up from? You love Segura, right?
Yeah,
you could get all the way up to somebody here, if just as an idea to throw out there, just for fun.
Let's see who's out.
Reese Hoskins. No reason.
I like Haniger. He's in there.
Yeah, you could go there too.
Yeah, let's do
it. Segura out.
And I'm going to go. Golly, I have a feeling about Judge today, but I really like Harper. I like Harper and Alvarez too. Oh, man. I don't know here.
You got it. Yeah,
Kirby's the highest owned pitcher on FanDuel right now. I'm going to go with Alvarez. I'm going to do it.
Oh, my goodness. So I'm confused now. So who do we have?
We have Musgrove, d'Arnaud, Drury, Kim, Swanson, Myers, Castellanos, Alvarez, and Haniger.
Okay. Interesting. So you only Judge made a short appearance.
Right.
Okay, so there we go. We have 500 left on the table too.
So hopefully Judge and Ramirez both don't hit a home run today, because that's going to suck.
Well, we flip-flopped all over the place here. So I don't think we've ever flip-flopped this bad, so maybe that's a good sign.
Maybe.
All right. Musgrove, d'Arnaud, Drury, Kim, Swanson, Myers, Castellanos, Haniger, Alvarez. That is going to be extremely contrarian.
Yeah.
with
It is.
500 left on the board, just in case we get some quirky thing where like Myers isn't in the lineup or something.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. I think that is it. We have to give away the tickets. Let me see if there's any questions. People in chat probably think we lost our marbles. Oh, Doug L likes Hannigan with us. Good call on Stanton. You're correct. Let's see. Rodney Pollard's in. All right, man. Great to see you, buddy. Had the best advice for Olympic basketball. That's how long he's been with us.
Awesome.
Man, I love that. Yeah, we crushed Olympic basketball. Now it's NBA 8-game. We got that coming on Tuesday. All right. I'm clicking the button. Winner of the 2 tickets for the matchup tomorrow. Millie Maker, the 2 $3 tickets for the $1 million contest. Your winner today is Octavius Bailey. Octavius Bailey wins the tickets.
388 in chat in Discord.
Loving the Discord. What's that?
It's Tay388 in Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome. Well, you got 2 more tickets. I think you might have won the other day. We're giving away so many tickets I can't keep track anymore, but congratulations, man. As usual, just jump on Twitter at DFS Coach Talk. Shoot me a quick DM with your PayPal email. We'll get that over to you today. All right, my friends, I think that's the full breakdown, and I think we're ready to attack this sucker. It's going to be a great day. Check us out at Coach Talk. If you haven't done it, hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button on the way out, and we do appreciate it. Tonight, 8 o'clock, we're giving away 3 sets of NFL tickets. So it's going to be the most we've given out. On the 8 o'clock show, Steven with all his excellent plays and Crash as well with his excellent plays will be on there. And we will break down the full, very interesting week of the upcoming NFL. So,
yeah.
All right. Travis Duarte, do not worry, my friend. You can watch this replayed on Twitter or on our YouTube here in about 5 minutes once Crash gets it all loaded up. Or you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere where you listen to your podcasts. All right. Anything else, Crash?
No, let's finish the week strong. We've got, the MLB today and then NFL tomorrow. And tomorrow's my 40th birthday, so we should have a major NFL day, I'm thinking. So,
oh, my goodness.
In MLB.
Wow.
Well, MLB, we don't know. We may not have any games tomorrow,
we'll have to see how that rolls out. But, man, the big 4-0, you're catching me, dude.
I know.
You are on my heels.
I don't feel it, though, so I guess that's half the battle. But
let's see here. Earl, I made a Twitter and DM'd you, Coach. Okay, if you did, I'll check that out. I don't know if I saw it or not. Did you DM me personally at Joe Sarvati or at DFS Coach Talk? You can do either one. I'll check and make sure that I have them from there. All right. Why don't you plug your football contest real quick?
We have our weekly NFL contest on DraftKings. It's the Coach Talk members contest, and it's open to anyone on here or Twitter and our Discord. There's only 3 places you're going to find the link for it, but it's a $5 entry fee. We have availability for up to 50 people. Right now, we don't have anywhere near that, so we need you guys' help. And I will be posting the link to join that contest tonight during our NFL podcast.
And the old wily vet Lanny won it last week.
So he got the steak instead of the ham sandwich.
And he's been talking all kinds of smack all week. Speaking of talking smack there, he's been the king of smack this week. So somebody's got to knock him off that football mantle for sure. But so we won't see you at all tomorrow for your birthday no,
because I'll be drumming. I'll be drumming, and then we're going to be busy celebrating tomorrow. So
that's fantastic, man. Well, you can catch Crash tonight though for on football. So definitely excited. That's a big birthday. I'd love to go back to 40. and reset. I was still
Mhm.
playing some good ball in those days, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Earl doesn't have a PayPal. Oh, that's right. I saw that, my friend. So we got to figure out what are we going to do with these winners for Earl when he doesn't have a PayPal?
Oh,
I
he said, "Give
guess,
me the link for the NFL." Let me put it in here real quick. Hold
yeah,
on.
throw that in there. And then Earl, I'll DM you and we'll figure out a plan B for you, my friend. We'll come up with something. And then don't forget to here on Twitter, if you're watching this live or watching it live now, hit that like and retweet because we want to get the word out there to everybody. Crash is getting that in here now.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll definitely go after that, try to fill it up this week.
Yeah, I'm about to post it. Just 1 second.
You're fine. Again, tomorrow I'll be solo for baseball, so don't leave me hanging alone. If there is baseball, we have to see how the games turn out tonight.
Right.
But we'll more than likely be back with something for baseball tomorrow. So there's the football link. It is in there. Again, if you want to get the any of our swag or stuff, we're going to be giving some away during basketball pods. But if you want to order some, wintertime, they have the best gear. It is squadlocker.com. I just posted that in there as well. So is Coach going to give out $200 tickets tonight? No. I'm getting
$200.
that's yeah. How about 3 sets of
Mm-hmm.
$3 tickets? So that would equal $18, which doesn't seem like that much, but we're giving away a ton of tickets all the time. And that
Right.
gives each person that wins 2 shots at the $1,000,000. So there you go. And you know what? If I have a huge win, I'll be happy to give away a $200 ticket. I'm due for a big takedown, and I love sharing the love. So we'll do that for sure. All right. No other questions? Everything else is up there. You got your links and hopefully some winners. And we'll be back tonight to share with some football and go from there. So thanks,
Mm-hmm.
Crash. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
for tuning in. And we'll be back later today when we look to crush it in NFL and MLB, DFS, and Boom Fantasy.